Well, Simon, having had that monkey off your back, I suppose, a little bit last weekend with getting a goal and getting a win, has that been a visible lift in training this week?
Um, but I must say, I felt going into the game, from day dot, training's been good. The lads have been bright, buying's been brilliant. So, I can imagine how it might look that way, but I think training's been as bright as it has been in recent weeks. I've got to say. So, listen, it was nice to get the win. It was nice to score a couple of goals because we hadn't had what we deserved in a couple of games before. So, I did speak about it, even itself out, and I think it was enjoyable to get the 3 points and get the 2 goals and get the clean sheet. Yes, but in terms of visible lift, the lads have been in a great place. Training round's been buzzing for a few weeks. So no, just business as normal, really.
You've had the opportunity to have a full week of training with the players this time, and it's probably the last time in a while we'll have that now, going into a busy schedule. How's that been?
Yeah, it's been good. You're right to point out we've got a really busy schedule coming up, and we have come off the back of a busy one, so it was nice to get some good work done. The 1 week we did have a few weeks back was bad weather, so we were on 4Gs and moving around a little bit. So to be at our own training ground, doing our work, enjoying our work, it's been good. It has been a good week's training. It's been a good feel to it, and yeah, it's we can't wait to travel down to Weymouth and attack this one.
One player I wanted to talk to you about was Ryan Crosdale, because he had a period out of the team with injury for a few weeks, and he's come back into the team against Notts County and Chesterfield. 2 man of the match performances. How big a boost has it been to have him back?
Yeah, it was a loss. There's no doubt about that. I think Ryan's qualities speak for themselves, and we have got a competitive squad. And if we do lose someone like Ryan, of course we've got people ready to come in and offer that competition and stake their claim. But Ryan's level of consistency has been proven again in the last couple of games. So yeah, really pleased with Ryan's contribution over the last couple of weeks. Excellent team player. And hopefully now he can only continue to strive and improve.
Just in terms of team news, are any other players close now to returning from injury going into Saturday?
Yeah, we're still assessing 1 or 2 at the minute. That's sort of an ongoing thing in terms of, us looking at how people's fitness are, how their energy levels are after, a tough period. But that clean week, if you like, has allowed us to sort of take stock really and look at things from a physical perspective. So we're hopeful that the guys that have been in and around and close but not quite ready, can take a little step forward again.
With so many players now returning from injury, as well as the players that we've brought in over the last few weeks, you do have a big squad at the minute. And how difficult is it to pick a 16, 17-man squad each week?
It's difficult, but it's part of the job. I think all I can ask is the players to be as honest and committed as possible, and I can just try and give that back. I can be honest about my reasoning. I have to make a decision based on what I think's, the best chance of winning the next game. And sometimes that does mean different personnel in different places. That's just quite a natural thing. But it's also that, respect. I use that word a lot. And I think ultimately my experiences in football have told me that, being honest along the way, is the basis for really good relationships between coaches and players and managers and players. And that's really what my ambition is to do, is to build strong relationships with the lads, to be respectful around my decisions as possible, and continue to build that relationship, and that ultimately breeds professionalism. And from that point of view, it's been nothing but exceptional from the players.
I suppose when you look at the league table at the minute, you'd probably say that we go into this game as favourites, but you only need to look back to last October when Weymouth came to Edgeley Park and came away with a shock win, so we can't afford to underestimate them.
You can't underestimate anyone, and that is something we would absolutely never do. We're very respectful about every opponent we have. We will tackle it on its merits, and of course there's things about the game that ultimately, no matter who we're playing, we want to bring our strengths to it. And that'll be no different from this game, so it's the next one. Don't mean to sound like repetitive, but because it's the next one, it means it's the biggest one. And that is our mindset, and that's what the players, the mindset I would like them to carry. And it's a game that we're absolutely going to take, with the respect it merits.
It's a bit of a strange situation for Weymouth at the minute because of the situation with the National League North and South. It looks like there's going to be no relegation this year for them, so the pressure's off for them in a way. Does that make them easier to play, harder to play when they've got nothing to play for?
Well, I think it's right to acknowledge that that is an unusual situation at this moment in time. But having said that you get to a stage in the season where some teams aren't going to get relegated and they can't get promoted. So, you know, what we can't afford to do is to second guess what their mentality may or may not be. My experience of football, professional football's told me that when players step over the white line, they want to win, you know, and we have to be prepared for that, and that's absolutely what I'm expecting. Whether that, you know, tweaks and changes things tactically, that's the adaptable bit of football that you've always got to be prepared and ready to deal with.
And just finally, Simon, I know you're not looking at the league table at the minute, but when you look at the fixtures this weekend, you see first place play third place and second place play fifth place. So it's a real opportunity for us this weekend to make up some ground at the top.
Yeah, again, consistency of message is we just need to concentrate on ourselves. You know, we've got a you know, a run of games coming up that, you know, we need to get points from if we want to put pressure on in the way in which we want to put pressure on. I think our results of late and how close we've been to winning, you know, a lot of the games that we've been in, you know, barring one or two factors that have perhaps impinged on results, you know, I think we can take a great deal of confidence from that and build going into these fixtures. So, you know, if people point out that certain results may or may not go for us elsewhere, we can't afford to concentrate on that. All we can concentrate on is the level of our performance, and hopefully the level of that performance can gain good results.
Simon, thanks for your time.
Pleasure.